And that motherfucker is urban renewal. Amen.
I think that's got to be one of the worst films I've ever seen.
Yeah, it is.
Bedtime Babble.
Urban Menace.
This is so awful.
It is.
God,
terrible.
the fact they released this.
I'd never heard of this film before,
Not many people have, I don't think.
and I wish I still hadn't.
Matrix came out the same year as this.
I can see they both are very similar.
Yeah.
It's not exactly a classic for the
No.
age, is it? It's
Any age?
No, any age.
Like when it came out, wasn't like people weren't like, is it going to be a classic?
Based on what I've read about it, the majority of people were surprised that it was even released at all. Urban Menace is a movie that stars Ice-T, Snoop Dogg,
Stars.
Big Pun, Fat Joe.
Oh my God.
Snoop.
What is happening?
Former preacher whose family was killed in a fire, who's seeking vengeance on those who did it.
Attention.
You get a public service announcement type thing at the start, which is Ice-T, and he says, attention, if you have any problems with blood, guts, gore, violence, mutilation, guns, knives, bodies on fire, strangulation, words like asshole.
Sentences like, die, you no good, low life, mother. Die, you piece of bastard. You. Rest in hell, you mother.
I'm so aroused.
I'll be honest, I'm fairly certain only one of those things gets said.
Y'all said that after this shit, I was finished.
What do you know? We lied.
He's producer as well.
Yeah,
Producer
is he?
on this movie. Yeah.
Ice-T's a producer,
Yeah.
right.
Why do you think he's pleading on the front
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
that it's going to be good, guys? Despite the reviews that have definitely come out before this to warn you, this is good.
Did people review it at the time?
No.
How long's left?
Asking doesn't make it quicker.
Yeah, but I like to know. It's like when you're driving home on a long journey. I like to know how long I've got left. 40 minutes. Jesus, we watched half of it. We got to go through that again.
It had no critic reviews available as far as I could see, and it has an average audience rating of 1.9 on IMDb.
You know, that fucker was so crazy. He didn't look human. He just came at me.
So there are 3 films, right, directed by Albert Pyun, who also directed Captain America, which we've watched previously, and the Van Damme 80s classic Cyborg, all produced by Ice-T. But originally, it was 2 films.
Oh.
This film, Urban Menace, is actually just footage from The Wrecking Crew that has been cut, and then they've added some extra bits in, right, to make it. They also lost a load of the footage, so they then used rough substitutions.
I mean, look at that. It's not even in focus. Fuck me.
Everything where it's got the blur to everything,
Yeah.
and it's got the sort of the overexposure, all of that was the reshot material.
So they reshot it blurred.
In order to just, I think, try and cover up
disguise
the
it?
fact that it was...
It looked
It was
different.
completely different. Did they just kill her?
Well, hopefully, because Ice-T did promise us blood and violence and I've seen a lot of fuck all at the moment.
This film is awful to look at, by the way.
It's horrible to
terrible.
look at.
It hurts your eyes.
It's impossible to follow.
Yeah.
It was only on the second watch where Ice-T's introduction and the news story stuff that they give.
And you do see young Snoop looking up at the church on fire in the first bit, and then I think it's either Fat Joe or Big Pun. Is one of them that says, "Oh, preacher coming back from the fire," or something. He says something. I can't remember. I paid little attention, but I'm pretty sure he says it.
I paid quite a bit of attention to what both Big Pun and Fat Joe were saying, but I couldn't figure it out.
For now, let's just go hit that motherfucking McDonald's 2-for-1 shit, quarter pound of salad.
Now you talking to her for this shit, a simple platter and bring it to me.
That was a weird hole.
He looked the most animated he looks when they talked about McDonald's.
This is a year before Big Pun died that he was in this.
Do you
And
think
I
this played a factor?
So he died of a heart attack, and at the time of his death, he weighed 50 stone.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Might hear it, so that's the limit.
The way he delivers his lines, it certainly suggests that the respiratory problems had already started.
Yeah. Are you thinking like a motherfucking CEO, dog? Let King go on the products, get some fresh meat.
There are bits where it's just like, I sat there and I was like, the sound's not great, but I can understand everyone else.
Puerto Rico, huh?
I swear.
You been doing more than that, bitch. Your landlady says you been talking about something about the hood for life. What's up with that?
It's like watching, I mean, this is a horrible thing to say, and I'm sure that you'll put me up a cancel banner, but it's like watching a real-life Jabba the Hutt. That's what it felt like. He's got this funny beanie hat on that makes the top of his head look tiny, and then he's just got this neck that just kind of goes, and it is a bad thing to say, because I know but, I mean, you can't be, he was famed for the fact, he's called Big Pun, and was famed for the fact that he's an enormous man.
Oh, it wasn't an ironic name.
Yeah.
No.
The never-ending bullet. Is that it? They got him.
He got him, that's it.
Tweedledee, Tweedledum?
Yeah, that was them. We didn't even see their faces as they fell to the ground.
Because it's not really them.
No.
The story essentially is that, Snoop Dogg is this preacher. It's a bit ambiguous as to whether or not he's dead or not. Turns out he was, so he's doing this all from the grave. But he's basically just going around sort of trying to...
News to us.
Vengeance. Oh, was it? Yep, no, he's definitely dead.
Okay.
Snoop can't keep his eyes open when he's shooting guns.
Snoop's actually not really in the movie a lot.
No.
Hey, okay. They'll be here soon.
They hooked me with it, and they got me.
Yeah, they did.
That's how they got my £1.50.
Oh, look at this young prince.
Part of the reason why he's not in it is because all of the actors filmed all of their scenes in Eastern Europe somewhere, and all of the rappers that are in it filmed their stuff in New York.
Do you think Snoop says anything in this film?
Yeah.
At the end. You'll say something at the end. You'll have one line or something.
Yeah. Snoop Dogg, bitch. That's what my bet is on.
His face has been sort of overlaid at different points.
There's absolutely a point where you can see the face.
It's like he's been heavily airbrushed.
This is a step up from... It's not even a step up from, like, playing with your friends.
Yeah, it is.
He just stabbed him up the arse.
There's plenty of bits where you see not Snoop doing things sort of in and around the actors.
Who's that?
Snoop.
No, it's not.
Not Snoop or Snoop, whomever it might be, is not actually kind of the central focus of the film. The central focus of the film is a chap called King, who's played by TJ Storm.
Is that Kanye West?
He's done a lot as like a motion capture type actor. So he's been in a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay.
You see a lot of credits, but it's all kind of mocap type stuff.
He's not a rapper.
No, he's not a rapper. I think
with a name. He's got the coolest name out.
What's his name?
TJ Storm.
Hey, yo, man, y'all get on up out of here. Y'all don't need to be seeing this shit.
Do you think what we're about to see is going to be really lame?
Yeah.
I don't think we're even going to see it.
He's tossing him off and letting his boyfriend watch.
He's one of the henchmen for Fat Joe and Big Pun. But he's working both sides. So it opens up with him having a meeting with a dirty cop.
Looks like Tony Stark as well.
He does, doesn't he?
He does. He looks like a
Like a Tony Stark lookalike.
And basically they're saying, we'll get you out. you and your wife, we'll get you out and into witness protection or just out or whatever. But you've got to do one more job. And the one more job is you've got to get us access to Fat Joe and Big Pun, not their real names. They actually get called something else.
Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Yeah, it's totally one of them, innit?
When you first meet their characters, to me, the only thing I could think of was it's a fucking hip-hop Bohemian Rhapsody.
Which one's Fat Joe?
It's the smaller one. I think the other one's Big Pun.
The whole film is just, there's someone killing our guys, so King, go with these other two guys to this abandoned warehouse, find whoever's doing it and kill him.
Are you both on your phones?
How long do you think this film was?
It felt on par with Aquaman that we watched.
Yeah,
which was 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
or there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
This film is an hour and 3 minutes long, and 3 minutes of that is the opening credit.
I think I preferred Aquaman.
So there's only an hour of movie.
Incredible. It's like a time sink.
It's awful.
Yeah.
Oh, this is awful.
This could be 80 minutes of feeling it could be quite long.
So we find out that King and his wife, they're skimming off the top. So therefore, then suddenly Fat Joe and Big Pun want him dead.
Have they caught the urban menace yet?
No.
Well, that is a shame.
Snoop sees the good in King and also sees the good in a chap called Sin, who's played by Romany Malco, who's an actual actor.
Yeah,
he's the only actual actor in this movie.
We recognise
he's the only person who can act in this film.
I'll spare you. You're a good actor.
Do you get this exposition from Snoop where he talks about the fact that, you know, he's Preacher Caleb, but there's just in that exposition speech there is a line where he like delivers it in a way that I imagine only Snoop could. The words for the line are, "I love them kids, King, and they all burned in hell."
He did it for the kids. He was down for them kids.
I love them kids, man. I love them kids, King, and they all burned in hell for being God's angels.
So those poor innocent kids that were burned in a church fire set by the gangsters, they're all burning in hell. It's like, what did they do?
It's a sin to die before you're an adult.
Who was that?
I don't know.
Is that meant to be Snoop?
I don't know.
There is one scene in this movie that actually, I think, had it been in a different movie, we would have reacted to it differently, right? But there is a hallway scene where not Snoop is basically you follow him from the back. No, you follow him from the back, and it's quite nicely choreographed that you get these sort of guys turning up, and he's shooting, and he's punching, and he's kicking. Gets to the end of the hallway, cut to him swinging on a rope for absolutely no reason to kick a man in the face. And you're just kind of like, no, you spoiled it. But I genuinely...
That one moment of the corridor.
That one moment of the entire movie, it's about 30 seconds. And we didn't notice it the first time around because we were too busy trying to figure out whether or not Snoop's face had been digitally kind of laid over.
Look at this.
Where's he got the rope from?
Who cares? He's just brilliant.
So 30 seconds in
There
an
we go.
hour-long film.
Not badly choreographed.
Not
that.
badly choreographed.
Snoop feeds Big Pun the heart of one of his henchmen and then turns into a fucking demon. That's it. End of the movie.
There we go.
I think we get a little bit more chat from Ice-T at the end of it.
Sadly, not to apologise.
I don't think this is going to be a long video.
No.
Chris, you going to give it a score?
I'm not going to give it anything. It's awful.
Man, that was some fool named Slash. He was a loner. I don't know, man. He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
This genuinely, I think, is the worst thing we've ever seen on this.
I think this is the worst thing I've ever
absolutely.
seen.
I hated this so much. I really did.
It's almost a little bit of a struggle to stay away.
Yeah.
It sort of pushes you in that direction, doesn't it?
Because you want to close your eyes because it's hurting them.
Yeah.
It looks like shit, and I could feel my eyes hurting.
It does.
I
Even
needed
was-
to put like something in them because it's like, why can't I see anything? I hate this. This was the worst thing I've ever suggested. I apologise because it was terrible. It was really bad. It wasn't fun. Nothing was fun about this.
Yeah,
It
I
was
almost
awful,
wish I
awful,
could.
awful.
I almost wish I could give it a negative score.
I wish I could be you so you could punch me for this. So yeah, 0 from me. It's awful.
I tell you, I took the children to the soft play earlier.
Oh my god.
So I was sat where all the parents sit.
Yeah.
Very noisy, very everything. I dozed off twice.
Jesus.
So there's a strong possibility that I won't make the end of this.
Yeah, nothing. No, absolutely no score.
Oh wow. Urban Menace got a 0 out of 15.
A big hello and thank you to all subscribers, both old and new. Really appreciate all of the comments. The last few videos have done pretty well compared to previous, so thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
Taking over the internet.
Yeah! 1,200 views! 601 subscribers out of a possible 3.5 billion! Thank you to everyone who has supported us. The
Patrons, lovelies.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you guys are great. It's just really cool. Thanks.
And if you are new to it and you've made it this far, please give this one a like and a subscribe. Every little helps.
And comment.
Yeah.
What's your favourite Snoop Dogg memory?
Have you seen Wrecking Crew? Is it a better film than this one?